Welcome back to Soccer Card United. It's episode 164 of the greatest soccer card podcast in the world. I'm Jason, that's Enzo. Hi Enzo.
Hello Jason.
This is our long anticipated Q&A episode.
Yeah, I'm liking the camera. I look huge compared to you, Jason. Look at that. I feel like a big man.
Yeah, you've got big
man energy.
Big man energy, I suppose, today. So people be expecting some big man answers.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
To some big man questions.
Listen.
Right, so we have questions on Twitter, we have questions on Instagram, and then we have questions people asked as replies to Instagram stories. So let's start on Twitter. Now, just for context, these questions were asked on the 25th of May.
Okay.
So that was a week ago. So if there's any questions that have since become
crucial
or become irrelevant, or don't go like, why would someone just...
Oh, you haven't filtered out those questions?
No,
not quite.
The extent of the pre-production is that they're on a screen over here.
Okay.
So let's see. Look at this. Our next podcast will be a Q&A recorded live from Paris tomorrow afternoon. What high hopes we had.
Not quite.
Before we arrived in that tiny, tiny hotel.
It's been a busy period, by the way. A lot of people messaging, a lot of people not getting answers. We'll get to you eventually.
Yes, if you've been messaging us over the last few days and you haven't got a reply, we appreciate your patience. You've got the patience of a saint, and we all wish we would be more like you.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. Sancho Soccer Cards, a absolute OG of the Q&A format. He says, Cristiano Ronaldo is down bad. Rate my purchase. And do you think this is a good time to buy a washed goat? Or I like if you told 10 years ago, if you in a football conversation, if you mentioned the phrase washed goat, nobody would have any idea what you're talking about. And now we all understand perfectly what that means, I suppose. Or have his antics spoiled his legacy? I lean towards the former. He thinks it is a good time to buy a quote-unquote washed goat. He bought it for $430, and it is a 2004 SP Authentic Manchester United red, numbered of 325 in a PSA 8.
Very rare to find those numbered. I might have the same card without the number, or I have a similar one of the three.
Yeah.
But not numbered. I think it's a good time to buy him because his price is super low. His antics have tarnished his legacy, but it's more of a blemish, like a very, very small blemish. Long term, like, there's going to be movies, there's going to be all sorts. His legacy, like, people I don't know, football Twitter goes, oh, Ronaldo's this, Ronaldo's that, but ultimately he's in the top 3-4 all time, and he also happens to be like one of the most famous celebrities globally as well.
Yeah,
and he's just an icon. So yeah, I don't know if is it a good time to buy right now? Could be yes. You could wait a little bit longer potentially. I don't really know, but like in general, I think it's a safe bet. Now that card in itself is like a bit of a interesting one because during the boom, those cards got a lot of attention. As kind of a rookie card, I don't know if it says rookie, it doesn't say it in the title, used to always say it rookie, but obviously not the official rookie. It was the very first ever Man United card, and it's like maybe you could argue his return to United spoiled the United love a little bit.
Yep. Because you would have just had pure nostalgia for him.
Yeah, versus anything negative.
Yeah.
So that could have impacted it. Those types of cards, you wonder will they ever get back to the heights themselves? Like his rookie card, safe. First autograph from one of those sets, safe. I do think that card is also a safe, but it comes down to supply demand. Most of the supply next time there's a big Ronaldo peak is going to go straight into his rookie, obviously. But yeah, it's a numbered super cool. Like it's numbered to 325, but finding those is not easy. So I like it. Okay,
so we're saying good purchase.
Saying good. There's my first good answer of the day, Jason.
Brilliant. What do you guys think of Julio Enciso, the young forward with that screamer against Man City? So you have to remember, at this point, when the question was asked, Brighton and Manchester City had just drawn 1-1 in the Premier League in the penultimate game of the season. How many players do you think Brighton can keep the next few years? They could be really fun and exciting to watch. The thing about Brighton is that they're fun and exciting to watch even when players leave because they keep finding new players. That, in fact, is the most fun and exciting thing about them.
True. Like, I think sometimes people kind of get stressed being like, oh, they're going to lose all their players and da-da-da. But, like, all of their players are going to be at an absolute premium and their recruitment is clearly very good.
Yeah.
So, with a big chunk of cash, they should be able to do good recruitment. But often that kind of goes the other way as well, Jason.
Pop quiz. Do you know what country's league Julio Enciso was playing in when Brighton found him?
Paraguay.
Correct.
Is it actually?
It is Paraguay. Congratulations.
Best in the business.
That's a big man answer.
Listen, you said that's it. I'm ready. Are you a bit disappointed? Are you
No.
surprised?
No.
Oh wow, I feel great.
I think McAllister is going.
Yeah.
Caicedo is going. Enciso and Ferguson will be there for a little while longer. Matoma will be there for a little while longer, I think. Obviously, they're in the Europa League next season, so some players will be more attracted.
They were like, I'm playing week in, week out. Now I can play in European football week in, week out versus maybe doing similar to like a Calvin Phillips and end up on like the bench.
Yeah. I think there's loads of opportunities for the Brighton squad. And I think actually the biggest thing about... I'm not really worried about them being able to replace players, but I'm slightly worried about them being able to replace managers. Roberto De Zerbi, surely if he doesn't go this summer, I don't think he'll survive another year at Brighton without getting poached by somebody. He's as Pep would say, top coach.
Coach.
And I think like you have Graham Potter, he does an amazing job. Then you have De Zerbi, he does an amazing job. And it seems like your luck is more likely to run out with coaches than it is with players. But maybe not. Maybe the coaching pipeline is as strong as the player pipeline at Brighton. Who knows? All right, Ryan. Just curious, where do you get all your info on card shows? I would like to go to some, but I need to be able to plan in advance. Doing Google searches for card shows and card shops in Germany doesn't provide any helpful results. Ryan is based in Germany. We met him in Munich. Where do we get our information on card shows? I suppose we just follow a million accounts across all the social media.
Well, and what happens is with us, because we go to a lot of shows and because we do vlogs at shows and stuff like that, we actually inadvertently provide a lot of free promotion to these shows without being compensated, Jason. So a lot of smaller shows or new shows like to go onto our Instagram account or Twitter account and just like a million things. So we're kind of forced to see them.
People tell us about their shows is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that applies to you, Ryan. But my advice to you, if you want to get info on all the card shows, would be to start going to card shows, making content about those card shows, at which point you'll enter a positive feedback loop of
Card Show Mania.
Card Show Mania. You making things about card shows, people come to you and say, hey, make something about my card show, you make something else, someone else sees you, so on and so forth, so on and so forth.
Provide value to the card show ecosystem and
they'll find you.
They'll find you. Or maybe we could do a better job of promoting them all, but I don't think so. There is one Facebook group somewhere that has a lot of European card shows, so check that out on Facebook. I think it's like European Card Show. You'll find it. You should be able to find it. I don't know how great, I don't really use it, but they seem to have a calendar with a lot of the shows in it.
Or, Ryan, you could DM us and we'll send you a link to that, but don't expect a prompt reply because we're really busy at the moment.
That's true.
Okay, so that's that. Gavin asks, will there be more breaks done? This is, of course, off the back of our EPL Select break, which we did a case of. Will there be more breaks done, and could it become a regular occurrence during big product drops like Select, Prism, or was the EPL Select break done mainly because of Evan Ferguson rookie cards?
I think both of those could be true.
All of that is true, I think, at the same time.
There's no lies there.
No. Select was of special interest because of Evan Ferguson. We could do more regular breaks. I think people who were with us on the YouTube live saw that we had the facilities for that.
Oh, the setup is immaculate.
And so we can do that. It's just a case of where we do it, how often we do it, and who we do it with.
Yep. Do we do it solo? Do we use a platform? Do we do something else? There's a lot of options.
So
are we able to do it? Do we find it enjoyable and fun? Did we provide an incredible shipping service as soon as the break was over? Yes, yes, and yes. Could we do it? We could do it all day.
Do we find it just say yes to it? Do we find it enjoyable and fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jason. I had a good time. It's hard to get Jason excited, but I enjoyed it. Although you didn't open a lot of the boxes.
No. Okay, here we go.
I mean, you opened them, but you didn't get to open the packs.
I opened the box. I did all the grunt work. Yeah.
You were the packer.
And the technical director.
There was a lot going on. Maybe you need another pair of hands in here, Jason.
Yeah.
To have a better time.
Although it gets so warm in this room.
That's one of the problems. That we have the facilities, but we probably need to move facility.
Yeah, we literally have all the equipment.
But it gets too warm.
It's a small room. There's a lot of electrical equipment.
No air conditioning to keep us.
No air conditioning.
Keep us going.
No
fans.
No fans, because then you get the noise. You know. I'm
sure Dyson have a noiseless fan.
I'm sure they do.
They absolutely do. In fact, I know for a fact they do.
It's one of those little ones that has it's just it's not even a fan.
Yeah, it's a big hoop. It's mad.
It's just a hoop, yeah.
They do mad stuff.
They do hot and cold air.
We don't need hot air, let me tell you.
No, we already get enough hot air blown on this show. What on earth happened to Serie A Select North America release, says Bryn. Panini website shenanigans, obviously a very low print one, but why only EU Asia distribution? Nobody seems to know why. Can you give an answer to Bryn about that?
It's officially back, Jason. I've actually checked the Panini America website. It is live in 1 day, 6 hours, 37 minutes and 50 seconds, 49 seconds, 48 seconds, 47 seconds.
Now, the last time you told me that, I said it on Sports Card Nonsense. Then, as I was saying it, they went back to coming soon. So they've put it up and taken it down at least 3 times.
So they don't know.
This is a boy who cried wolf situation.
It's like Panini getting robbed. Do you see that?
I did see that, yeah.
Maybe the Serie A Select was all robbed.
And
they found it again.
So it does say 1 hour, but I mean, at this stage, who can believe them?
1 day.
1 day, sorry. They've proven themselves to be unreliable.
So we don't know. But it seems like it will launch in North America.
At some point.
Yeah, you can get your hands on it.
Alright. Mark says, who from the
Can I say?
Yeah.
It says limited to 5 boxes per transaction. If you're a sharp shooter. But what price are they going to do? Who knows?
Exactly. I mean, it's now coming. They're now dropping it in North America so late after release.
Like eBay. Let's see what it is.
Where's eBay for this one?
Select box. Where do you think it is?
I think it's probably at $600 a box.
I don't see one. Oh, no.
There are none.
There are none, it seems.
Okay.
That is ebay.ie. I might go as far as to do an ebay.com search. I thought you were going to do something. Oh, here we go. $750.
My God.
Did we sell it at another good price, Jason?
Is best offer on that one?
Nope. That is from Columbia Hobby.
Let's buy it now.
Yeah, one of the big boys in the state. Now he previously had it at $900. Got a bit excited and he has it marked 17% off.
Wow.
And the only other one on the market is $800.
A bargain. Cheap at twice the price.
I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, the supply is obviously about to go up.
Yeah.
A little bit in terms of release. But like the Cavaras are doing well, Jason.
They are doing well.
Cavara Shelia.
Okay, Mark asks, who from the Under-20 World Cup is the next one? Can I say that not being able to watch the Under-20 World Cup because of the level of busy that we currently are
is disgusting.
Is really, really annoying me.
Jason's getting properly angry here.
You said earlier that it's very hard to get me excited. Not about the Under-20 World Cup. I enjoy watching youth football. I think it's fun. I think it's an insight into... a lot of the stuff I've been able to do on this show over the years
is down to the time you used to have.
Yes, and now I'm becoming worse at doing this because of doing this. This is terrible. I'm so angry, Mark.
That's a negative feedback loop.
I'm caught in a negative feedback loop. We've talked about a positive feedback loop. This is negative.
It's very toxic.
It's very toxic. I mean, as you'd be glad to know that Italy knocked England out.
I'm actually sad that I wasn't fully up to date on that. That's how I feel. I'm just... horrible. I mean, we always knock them out, but
yeah. Nigeria stunned Javier Mascherano's Argentina side.
Shocking.
2-0, and Argentina, the host as well, getting knocked out in the round of 16.
Knocked out early.
The USA are in the quarterfinals. Brazil are in the quarterfinals, and the Gambia are also having a big run. In terms of top scorers, you got Cesare Cadesi, or Casadi, sorry, who is Chelsea youngster who's Italian.
Love to see it.
With 5 goals. Americans will be very interested to follow Cade Cowell's progress. He has 3 goals. He's also playing alongside the likes of Quinn Sullivan there in the US under-20s. Marcus Leonardo for Brazil has... Oh, hang on, look, there's a... You can see on this. See this? 5 goals. Oscar Cortez, Marcus. 4 goals for Leonardo. He plays for... I believe it's Flamengo.
The formatting of that is so weird.
It's so weird. It's really very confusing to me.
It made Cade Cowell look Brazilian.
Yeah, no, that's why I got very confused because of what was happening. Let me just check where Marcus Leonardo, but I think it's Flamengo.
Flamengo.
But basically, the Under-20 World Cup
is lit.
Oh, it's Santos. It's not Flamengo. Jeez, I'm losing my touch here.
This is shocking.
This is absolutely shocking.
Oh my god.
This is like that player that should have retired a season ago, you know? This is
trying to go again.
Trying to go
it's
again.
worse than that. It's the boxer that should have retired 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because you're getting absolutely... Like a player, you can get away with a few bits, like James Milner.
True, yeah.
Whereas we've just seen you get laid out twice.
Yeah.
And you're going again.
Because it's not only... Do you know what it is? It's not only the physical repercussions, but like a boxer, I have developed slight kind of a soft brain thing going on.
Oh no.
After years of punishment. You know? My mental capacity
We need to get you watching the Under-20 World Cup.
Yeah, people just need to stop messaging us so that I can watch the bloody Under-20 World Cup.
We need to figure out a better way to deal with messages.
If anyone here is a community manager for a large company...
How do they do it though?
They've got all sorts of systems and the customer service is necessarily bad. You can't be good.
I've seen like some people just do email only.
Yeah.
I feel like that would filter out a lot of smaller messages. But is that a good or bad
We
thing?
like smaller messages. That's
what
the
I'm saying.
problem.
Those are the good ones.
Yeah.
Small messages. What's crack?
Yeah.
Right now, like our Instagram hasn't been touched in like 2 weeks. I think in some of the messages. And like I keep there's emails. A lot of people sent those emails. As I say, emails are better. A lot of people sent us a lot of emails. We're getting to that. A lot of people sent some nice emails. Some are like they can do some personalized stuff for us and stuff like that, which is great.
Yeah.
I just need like a holiday for.
It's. I don't know. It's busy.
The other day, I was shaving my beard and my phone was blowing up.
Right.
And I was just like, everyone was freaking out. Like it was mania.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, are you there? Someone said, are you on a holiday? It had been like maybe 20 minutes, an hour.
And they're like, "What? You're taking a day off?"
I was like looking at myself and I was like, I'm just trying to shave.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to shave.
Yeah.
So I do think...
What's about setting expectations, isn't it?
True. I've done a bad job for many a year being very fast at responding.
Yeah, it doesn't benefit you long term.
And now people are just like, they want to be injected in here. They want instant access to everything. Yeah. And I'm tired now. Now I'm tired. We've got so big, Jason.
Yeah.
That we're just too tired. And what if we get bigger? Then what happens? We need systems before it's going to collapse.
Tough times here at Soccer.
What a disaster.
United.
The success is too much, people.
I almost forgot what the show was called. I almost said Soccer Cards HQ, but that's not us. That's
another man.
That's a completely other fella. Right.
Doing a great job.
Instagram. Let's go. Kevin Durant, 35.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this Leeds thing?
About them mortgaging Ellen Road to buy Sampdoria? I did indeed.
That's shocking.
Shocking stuff.
You're switched on though, might I say.
I still get to read the papers. Kevin Durant, 35 big cards. What happened at Panini with Serie A distribution? That's the same question that Brian asked over on Twitter, so we already answered that. But special one cards, Shania, it said they flood the market and people realize they've been overpaying. I don't know what that means.
They used to do that maybe, like last year. Is that what he's saying?
I don't know.
I don't know.
FBP cards. Do you think Panini's score will hold value? As in, like, will the rookies from this year hold value?
Any score?
I don't. I think basically say like a Kavara score rookie. Will that hold value long term?
Some value.
Low numbered, high grade.
Yeah, definitely. Not the same way as Select was though.
No,
people will just have to learn that.
But also, it will hold its value. That's the thing. Is like, I think people sometimes mistake like.
It's like you're 1 of 1, or let's say you're 1 of 10 from score is not going to be worth the same as a 1 of 10 from Select, but it's still going to be worth It's still going to be it's still going to have increased in value, but it's not going to reach parity with the Select at any point or the rookie ticket. And people will be demanding parity. Certainly, they will. I have an of 10, and therefore, it's worth 2 million. And I'm like, great. Yeah. And they're like, but will you buy it for 2 million right now? That's our card show conversations, Jason. Or this is worth this. I'm like, oh, is it? And they're like, all right, that's so I'll take that. And we'll be like, we don't want that. Do you know what I think we need? We need to get someone to come in and just allow us to do all this before the show. So that we don't spend the time berating the listeners for stuff they didn't do. I'll berate people. I need to get it off my chest. That's what I'm saying. Imagine we had like a pre-podcast for an audience of 1 who was a kind of a corporate therapist. And they, and how did that make you feel? Oh, angry. Yeah, terrible. Okay. Yeah, and you give it all, and then you come on the podcast, you give the good energy. Yeah, good energy. Sorry, Jason.
Big man energy.
Big man energy. You're right.
You know,
You're always
don't
right.
let these little people bother you. Have big man energy.
Like Kubo.
Like Kubo, exactly.
Okay.
Jogo Benito John wants to know: would you award the next Ballon d'Or to Lionel Messi or Erling Haaland?
Messi.
Same for me.
Leo Messi.
Leo Messi.
Haaland, great, wonderful, unbelievable season. Crazy season. Wonderful season. He's an unbelievable player.
Yeah, unbelievable player.
But
top player.
Messi's just done so much for so long that his incredible amazingness, we're just like, that's normal. That's actually a bad season for him, kind of thing. But ultimately, when it's all said and done, holy shit.
He won the World Cup.
And he destroyed the World Cup.
Yeah. He was the best. Yeah, he was the best player at the World Cup.
When he wrecked Vardiol after him being touted as one of the best centre backs going, like incredible, unbelievable defender, he was killing everyone, and Messi made a show of him.
Brilliant stuff.
100%, no question.
Yeah,
even if Haaland gets the treble, no question.
Haaland has plenty of time.
He'll get it, but not this year.
All right, now we're on to the other questions. Right, so B. Velasquez Cards asks, is Select the product, I presume this is Serie A Select, is Select the product of the year already and there's still FIFA on the way too? Or does he mean just
I was going to say,
Select?
by saying that, he's just saying the Select brand this year. And to be honest, it lived up fully to the hype.
It's the brand
Select.
of the year, yeah.
Yeah. So absolutely, Panini did knock it out of the park with that. Obviously, it's so funny, most of the sets haven't been released this year, so it's hard to set the year so far, and it looks like it probably won't get beaten.
Yeah.
It was so funny because like EPL Select, they priced it a lot cheaper and they printed it a lot more, but even that is having great success.
Yeah,
we opened one case, it was great fun. So FIFA Select has all the potential to be unbelievable. Like Don Ross came out and was an absolute success as well. So like Panini have, I think, just by really tightening the production and even the brands they've put out, they've just made higher quality products. So it's a reminder that even in a market that's not a booming market, if the manufacturers reduce the supply and increase the quality, right? Don't just reduce the supply and still have terrible autos everywhere and all this. Reduce the supply, make it as rich a product as you can. Yeah. And I'm not saying they did that with Select. There was a lot of like duds in it as well, obviously, but duds for us or duds to maybe some people, but collectors love certain cards. I think it's just kind of a reminder. They pulled back the print run, and sure enough, the demand outweighed the supply, and everyone had a good time.
I think it's very easy to look at the soccer card market, and I see this from a lot of people who are outside, who are in the hobby but outside soccer, and people who look at the soccer card market and say, my God, look at their prices, they've had a terrible decline. But really what's happened is we've actually had a huge explosion in interest and in the number of collectors collecting soccer, the number of money being spent on soccer card, or the amount of money being spent, that's all happening. But it just so happened that the manufacturer is pretty much in lockstep with the increase in demand, increased supply. So almost like a frog boiling in water, like just a little bit of time. You don't know that the demand is increasing because it seems like everything's staying flat because the supply, so once you reduce the supply a little bit, you realize, holy crap, there's like 200% more people here than there was a year and a half ago. We just didn't realize it because there
was 300% more boxes.
Exactly.
So yeah, a masterclass, whether it was forced or unforced or mentally decided or whatever. Yeah. A masterclass in production.
What's happened there? Okay. Dean asks, and Dean is based in Ireland, just for it's based in the EU, for anyone listening around the European Union. Would you buy on eBay from the US? Do you buy on eBay much from the US with the inflated shipping costs, or is that the card's value? Meaning, I suppose, what do you do when you're buying cards from the US?
Yeah, if I'm buying a card anywhere, I just try to get it as cheap as I can. If there's expensive, because we ship a lot, I know, like if I'm in the States trying to buy a €5 card and there's €12 shipping, I understand that. I'm like, if they want to track it, send it to me, it's going to take a long time and it's going to cost that. So I would try to either bulk buy it. Jason, you have ComC, maybe you send it there.
You can buy just cards on ComC and leave them there. Or a lot of people, Dean, use a US address, like something like Ship My Cards or something like that.
I think On Post have like a US
forwarding
PO box if you want.
Oh yeah. That'd be interesting to
test out.
Get a US postal address and you ship, like say you for the next 3 months, any card you buy on US eBay, you ship it there and you just arrange one bulk shipment
to you to reduce the overall cost.
Yeah.
In general, I don't buy a lot of cards from the States just for that reason. Like if I'm over there at the National, whatever, I would. If I know the guy and we're talking, there's a different, maybe he's selling me a box, I'll add a card in if he has something I'm interested in. Recently got from PWCC a card that I had in their vault. That was a bit of an ordeal to get in, but it wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
So.
Bart's Card Kingdom asks, are we getting Chrome UEFA this summer? Is Topps Chrome UEFA coming out?
I don't know if it's confirmed to be UEFA or if it's definitely going to probably be the club competition format.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to get it. I think it's touted for the end of June.
Right.
We got pushed back recently.
Okay.
I think there's no information anywhere on it. There's no checklist. There's no nothing. Hopefully it's not an identical copy of Flagship like it was last year in terms of like all the images, all the bit, the checklist. I'm sure there'll be some surprises in it, including the Grail. But yeah, I think that's actually expected end of summer, which end of June, which is very annoying because match days are officially finished.
Yeah,
we're about to be.
The Champions League final is 10th of June.
Yeah, so kind of horrible.
Be cool to get that in before the final, but listen.
But it's also like, I guess it's kind of good to have product during the summer when there is no football. Obviously, Women's World Cup, but I mean, would people be more? I know obviously you'd like it to line up, Jason, obviously, but. Could it be? I mean, the thing I hate is knowing who won the Champions League when I'm opening Champions League product.
Yes.
We opened World Cup Prism. No one knew who was winning the World Cup. That was a joy. Obviously, they had 4 years to plan that. But
yeah,
we know.
But it's pretty effective to do it that way.
Adds to the enjoyment, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's part of the things that will improve as the hobby gets bigger. I think most of the preference on production is on kind of the baseball and the American sports stuff. Mm-hmm.
So we just got to keep
fighting our battle for the soccer people.
Plugging away,
keep struggling.
Got my first, this is NJ Plastic Man, got my first 1-of-1 card, a Lukaku from the Steve Aoki set. Here's my question, slab or no slab? And if so, should I get it authenticated or graded?
Don't know. Maybe don't slab, it's a 1-of-1. If you think you could get a 10, you could chance it. But, I don't know, I mean, he's dating Meg the Stallion.
Yep.
So
big news.
eBay 1-of-1, you could call that properly.
Yeah.
Don't know. I wouldn't really know. Like we had a 1-of-1 Cristiano Ronaldo from last year's inception. He had 2 base cards, so there's 2 1-of-1s out there, but we have 1, and we just sent that for grading. So I'm there giving the advice of the opposite of what we did. Now, I was thinking if
do as I say, not as I do, kind of thing.
I'm saying if we get a PSA 10 of Ronaldo, obviously even though his market is a bit down bad, you get a PSA 10 of a 1-of-1 from a set people love, it's gonna do really well.
Yeah.
Could have sold it raw, but then you're in that kind of realm where people are gonna ask you about the condition. And like if you get it authentic, people are gonna say, is there a reason it's authentic? Like is there a
damned
huge
if you do, damned if you don't.
damage? So either grade it, don't grade it authentic. That would be my advice, because you grade it authentic, people are actually going to be like, why didn't they grade it? Is it a PSA 4? Is it a 6? Whereas you might be treading the line of a 9 or a 10. So better to just get the 9 and sort that. So I would say, I mean, from the Aoki set, I don't know if that's an auto. I assume it's not. I don't know, either lash it up on eBay and find the big Lukaku collector. I mean, the Champions League final's coming up, so he's probably at a good moment. He could score the winner in that final potentially.
Yeah.
At which point you wouldn't want it locked up on its way to PSA or wherever.
No.
So maybe just put it on eBay and see the Lukaku collectors fly in, or the Meg the Stallion collectors flying in. Trying to get a piece.
But Mr. Megan Thee Stallion in the...
Mr. Stallion?
Mr. Stallion himself.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't fancy telling her to shush.
No way he does. No way.
CR Cards 92. Could Haaland go on to equal or break Messi's Ballon d'Or record the way he's going?
Don't think so.
Don't think so.
I think people don't understand what Messi and Ronaldo have done. Do you know? This doesn't happen. Before Messi and Ronaldo, I think the most Ballon d'Ors was 3 or 4.
Right.
That might have been Van Basten.
That was, 3, was it?
Might have been.
Could have been 4.
Someone had 4, actually, I think. Let me see.
Right. I personally don't think that Haaland's going to break Messi's Ballon d'Or record, because I don't think he's ever going to be undeniable in the way that Messi is in terms of being the best player in the world. I think, Messi is a unifying force. You look at Messi and you think to yourself, yeah, that's it. That's the best player in the world, looks like.
Yeah, 3 people won it 3 times. Van Basten,
yeah,
Cruyff,
yeah,
and Platini.
Oh yeah, the disgraced Michel Platini.
He's up there, number 3 for some reason.
Banned.
The famous Ronaldo, only 2. Franz Beckenbauer, 2. Kevin Keegan, 2. Alfredo Di Stefano, 2. Rummenigge, 2. and that's it. Everyone else only has one. Only one.
Only one year were you the best soccer player in the world. Tough. Yeah, so my theory is that Messi is obviously many times the best player in the world. Haaland is debatable, and all throughout his career, I believe, will be debatable.
There's the kind of with Haaland, people are going to be like, if Harry Kane played for City, would he score this many goals?
Well, that's true. Haaland wouldn't have scored as many goals as Harry Kane for Spurs this season.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah. So if you can
will he win a Ballon d'Or? Absolutely, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
And he could win multiple, but I think year on year it's very hard to be the best player.
Yeah.
Like Ronaldo only has 5 Ballon d'Ors.
Only 5.
Only 5. And Messi looks like he's set to have 8, which is like a very big disparity.
Yeah.
And it's almost as if he is the best player in the world.
It's almost like that.
Fun fact, Ronaldo came second 6 times. Messi came second 5 times. People don't understand the dominance of those two players, by the way.
No.
So
it's not like anything we have now. Alright. Pace Rivers asked, can I be a guest? No, Jay says he's joking. He just thinks yeah?
Can I say something?
Uh-huh.
Every year Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Messi was second place.
And was that true the other way around?
No. 2010 he wasn't second place. He was also second place in 2007, and Messi wasn't first. That was, I believe, Kaká.
Right. And then also Pacers asked, what's a major difference? We don't need D. We don't need the best. We just need a name for this round, Enzo. What is a major difference in European collectors' view versus US collectors? So give me one difference between European and US collectors in terms of the outlook they have on the hobby.
On the soccer hobby or the hobby?
I'll take either answer.
What's a major difference in European collectors' view versus US collectors?
And we're taking view in the sense of outlook. So
I have no idea. I mean, I actually have the ultimate ideas, but I'm confused. I'm looking at a lot of different angles, Jason. I'm trying to figure out which group of people are more collector based versus investor flipper based.
Yeah.
And it's obviously both parties have a big mix.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Europeans are very, like, a lot of them, again, everyone's mixed, so it's hard, but I think I would say,
yeah, European is not a catch-all term.
No, that's it. But because again, in one point of view, I think a lot of Europeans are like, we haven't even started.
Yeah.
Like, people don't, like, a lot of them have that kind of viewpoint of they don't understand soccer at all. They don't understand, like, in terms of America, the market. They're thinking they don't even know.
Yeah.
This is gonna go crazy. But also a lot of them are like, it's over. It's finished.
Well, here's one difference.
Talk to me.
Is that Europeans don't view the European hobby as a singular thing. I think in America, you often think of the European hobby as one thing, but the Germans don't think that the French are like them, and the French don't think that the Spanish are like them, and the Brits don't think that we're like them. Well, they do a little bit, but they can't help that. And so on and so forth. Like, it's, there's a lot of differences within Europe, and there's kind of a general idea of what a European hobby might look like, but within that, there's an awful lot of differences.
We've travelled around a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
When we're in Germany, we've seen a lot of NFL.
Mm-hmm.
When we're in Paris, we've seen a lot of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Copenhagen, I think we've seen some hockey.
A couple of hockey tables, yeah. Also a couple of hockey tables in Paris there at the weekend.
Yeah, now soccer universally at all shows as well, of course, but in different various popularities. So I think we're well positioned to kind of be like, Europe is very segmented.
Yeah.
Ultimately, there is kind of a joint singular thing in the hobby between them all, but they were all very, very different. But in terms of what's a major difference in European collectors' view versus US collectors' view, I don't really know. I feel like a lot in terms of soccer, because we're obviously exposed to that more than anything. US collectors are very USMNT. They know in the future it's going to be lit. They really support the team. This, that, and the other. They're investing in the likes of Reina. Like, they love Reina. He's a great player, great little player. But like Europeans, it's almost like Americans are still focused on the rookie, and the Europeans are definitely in that mix too. But a lot of Europeans are kind of looking backwards, being like, is there Ronaldinho?
Yeah.
Is there, a Kaká? And they get excited about the legends.
Well, they have that nostalgia.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, a lot of Americans do as well. Like, we forget how deep in we are to the soccer craze in the States. A lot of people were deep in 2006, and they've kind of been part of a lot of the legends too. I don't know. That's a good question, but it's left me a little bit... He came in with another question.
About the guests.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We did that. I also think US collectors are much more comfortable making deals, financial deals. That's...
And they have a better grip on prices.
Yeah.
Some Europeans, maybe they've only opened one box ever and they've hit a 1 of 5 and they're just like, this is...
my ticket to the top.
This is my Steph Curry rookie.
But, you know, that's less about your outlook and more about your experience.
Ah, there you go.
So...
It's true.
All right. Pompey's other stuff asked, looking to speaking of pulling an L5 and getting your big ticket.
Your kicks.
Looking to buy my first quote unquote pricey box in the next month or so. Which release do you recommend?
FIFA Select.
FIFA Select.
UEFA Inception.
UEFA Inception.
Them on-card autographs, Jason.
Yeah. I suppose it depends what you mean by pricey.
And it depends what you mean. It depends what you're into. Because you could say Serie A Select and you'd be like, I don't
follow that.
I don't follow Serie A.
I have no interest in that.
You could wait for like a women's World Cup product.
Yeah.
I don't know. First edition is always a little fun, but again, pricey. I mean,
what does pricey mean? Yeah.
Pricey means top of the range. I'm not top of the range, but
pricey means like
a hobby box.
A box of Prism or Chrome or something, or Select or something like that.
Yes.
Immaculate,
impeccable. There's a lot of stuff. Obsidian. Depends what you... different strokes for different folks.
Generally, I would suggest...
let's do it.
Get something that has more than a few cards in it.
Yeah.
And is in the league... is related to what... you know, Pompey's other stuff. I don't know if that's a reference to Pompey like Portsmouth, in which case...
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble. But, like, if you can, buy something that the team you support is included in. And buy something that has an opportunity for maybe a number of different hits.
Make sure there's an autograph in the box, I would say.
Yeah.
If you're going pricey, I mean, I'd hope there is.
Although the way some of this stuff's going, Enzo, you know, it's not like it was. Okay, Irish Card Collector 96. After the Select case break this week, it's possibility of seeing more. We already answered that with Gavin. So and Gavin's Irish as well.
Turns out people want case breaks from
especially in Ireland.
Makes sense.
Isn't that? There's no coincidence.
There's no coincidence.
Everyone else is like, we're fine for breaks, thank you.
I mean, because it comes down to our shipping is free and or super cheap in Ireland.
Yeah.
So if you're buying into a break, it's not like, oh, I support a team that's 30 quid in a break, but any break going on anywhere, the shipping is 12, 20, whatever. So it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Checks out.
And we'll finish with Mad City Collector. I don't watch a lot of Napoli this season. How much of the Kvara Donner hype is real?
Fascinating.
How much?
He's won Serie A MVP, which people were not happy about because of Victor Osimhen. Yeah. Wasn't Victor Osimhen injured for quite a number of weeks throughout the season? Victor Osimhen never went more than 3 games without a goal or assist.
Yeah.
Kvara Donner is on like a 13 game.
3 games that he played.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, missing for part of the season. Definitely the crucial Champions League times. Yeah. Thank God. Helped us beat them. I mean, the hype is real. He's a quality player. I guess is his price hype matching that? And probably like his prices aren't crazy. No, his base card went crazy, but like I think an O5 went for like 1,500 from Select. So like that's not crazy.
Yeah. In terms of bringing the Scudetto back to Napoli, I mean the hype. There was a lot of hype around him, and then he did that. Yeah. So the hype is literally real. I mean, literally, he did do that.
He did it.
Not on his own, but you know, Osimhen had a great season. I don't think he would have had as good a season without Kvara. I think as well, like from a Napoli point of view, you look at Lorenzo Insigne was out there on the left wing for so long and was such a specific kind of player, and like it felt like by the time he left Napoli, you know, the dogs on the street knew what he was going to do in any given game. You know, he's going to cut in, he's going to go back, he's going to, you know, whereas Kvara was taking people on, and that's also first season in a new league. You know, that always happens. Like you know, you can be like that special player where no one knows you. You've come from Georgia, and you've been in Russia previously, so you're an unknown quantity, and no one knows when you're, you know, cutting in. Are you going to shoot or are you going to dribble past 3 players? And no one's expecting you to dribble past 3 players, but next season they will be. So
double up like we did in Champions League.
Yes. So the question is,
can he keep doing it?
Can he keep doing it?
And obviously, like all that hype and everything that he's done has been tied in with his only rookie for the year being put in so far in the year, being put into a very short print product
and score.
Yeah, I know it's in score, but I mean, like, Select is obviously what everyone's looking at.
Yeah.
He's going to be in Chronicles. He'd probably sneak into FIFA Select. Who knows? But is the hype real? Technically, yes.
But depends. Also, completely depends on what you mean. Like in terms of like hobby hype or football hype. The hype is real in that in footballing terms, in that he's an incredibly exciting attacking player. That's true. I mean, you know, I don't,
you don't know what else to say.
I don't know what else to say. I think this is like something that comes up a lot in the hobby, where it's like, well, I don't know what you're expecting. What else can he do? He's not.
Is he a quality player? Absolutely. Will he probably sell for 100 million? Probably.
Yeah.
What does that mean for his card values? We don't know.
I mean, like, it's.
I think Victor Osimhen rookies are underrated. Like the Mosaics, the Merlins.
Yeah. But again, that exemplifies the difference just even in that one sentence. You just named 2 products.
Yeah, but he's going to have 2 products this year.
But which nobody can, like, in terms of one's in a Champions League, one's in Serie A. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's...
I don't think there's any in Champions League. Kvara.
No,
you're talking about Osimhen. Yeah, sorry, my apologies.
You know, like, there's a couple of stickers for Osimhen. I know there's stickers for Kvara as well, but, like, I think sometimes
they're
if somebody
doing
just...
well, by the way.
The stickers.
Raw stickers, 200 quid. It's reminding me of Hallam foosball hype.
Rightly so.
No, it's classic.
Yeah. So the hype is real. And in terms of, like, for Napoli fans and anyone connected with Napoli, like, he's done it. If he, you know...
They're naming kids after him, and his name is Cavascelia.
Yeah. So
that doesn't tell you.
Alright, that's it for episode 164 of Stock Cards United. We're back on Monday with a regular show, non-Q&A show. Thank you to everyone who submitted questions. We hope our answers were big man answers
sufficient
and not little man answers.
We will talk about the release of Inception on Monday.
Yeah, whatever happened with that Panini break-in, I suppose we'll gossip about that.
Gossip about whatever happens with this Panini America launch of Serie A.
Yeah.
With the North America people.
Congratulations to Sevilla on winning their 7th Europa League / UEFA Cup title.
Yeah, congratulations to Jose Mourinho for putting Anthony Taylor in his place, because to be honest,
he needed it. It's been a long time coming.
It's been years. I don't really care too much about what he did in the final. I didn't think it was too crazy, but for years it has been crazy.
Very poor referee. Very, very poor referee for me. Alright. Have a good weekend, everyone.
We'll get back to your messages as soon as we can.
Thank you for your patience.